there's no tomorrow.
Look at that timing, lads. Straight back.
I was all ready to go then as well. Do you know what? I was so excited. I thought, right, this is my time to shine. And then here he is. The wanker's returned.
Oh, very professional of me there, just running off just before we start the show. But hey, I'm here. We're live. Do you want? You can introduce it. Go on, Redders. Have your time. Go on.
No, you've ruined it now. What is going on, everybody? Hello and welcome to the Xbox Live Party Podcast. This is episode 7, and tonight we are joined by the Ginna Gaming, Ima Gh0stbuster, Ash, myself, ReddersTV, and the one and only, the awesome animated Evil. So, without further ado, Ash is going to take it away. Let's get into it.
You forgot to say it's the UK show, but I'll let you off. But
Okay, this is the best one. They all know that. It's fine.
This is the positive show. Super positive. Big shout out to Muppet and Thimber, who've already been chatting in chat. Good
Legends.
evening, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. As always, pleasure to have you here. Yeah, we'll quickly jump into what we've been playing. We'll not go into too much, like I say, just sort of the highlights. So, do you know what you've been up to?
I've played a bit of Tunic, which is really good, but really hard. I like that because I'm getting my ass kicked. But I battered the boss the first few, and I was like, "No, this game is easy to want people on about." And then some random guy in a green cloak and a spear keeps beating the shit out of me, so that's good. I finally started Hollow Knight, which I know the indie gamer will be happy with because he's been telling me for a long time now to start that game, and yeah, it's pretty good so far. Yeah, disappointment. And then I returned to Forza Horizon 5 because I gave it a break for a while, and that game is excellent, other than the annoying Mexican voice acting and storyline. If you ignore the main events, which are normally the best bits in the story, what you have is an excellent racing game. And
It's great, isn't it?
That's been
They did an exceptional job with that game.
Yeah, it's good. I'm sure I've played something else, but I can't remember what it is. Clearly that good.
Fantastic, then. Fantastic. What about you, Redders? What you've been playing?
I haven't played a lot this week, if I'm honest. It's been another slow week for me. I've been, I did play Shredders for a bit. Shredders is a lot of fun. If you haven't played it, it's a good little fun snowboarding game. Doesn't need a whole lot of, it's just a good little fun game. I've been playing Smite. The new season pass started today, and I've picked up a 10-hour ban, so that's great. So I can't even fucking do that. And that's pretty much it for me. That's all I've played. How about you, Animated?
This week I've been a bit busy again, like yourself. Nothing new, unfortunately. I did start Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which is absolutely fantastic. I've not streamed it because I want to listen to the licensed music. So I've been playing that, which loving it. I've dipped back into Edge of Eternity, which is just turn-based goodness. If you love it, really turn-based stuff. And what else? There was another game. I've been loving Circuit Superstars online for a while now. It's a good game. It's a really good. It's not on Game Pass, which I usually stick to Game Pass games, but I did buy it when it came out, and God, it's hard. It looks simple, but it's such a hard game.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a little league running with that, haven't you? You and Indy and a few others have got a bit of a race league. Or you had for a while.
I believe there is one, but I don't think I'm not part of it. So, but I do try and compete with the multiplayer boys on there. It's not easy. It's very difficult. Yeah,
Ash's mic is gone.
Yeah, he's
what
too busy.
I am here.
What a dickhead.
I've started playing that though on PC. It's quite good. I'll probably pick it up on Xbox at some point, but yeah, I suck at that game. It's it's not my forte. I probably should play it with a pad though. I'm playing it with a keyboard. That probably doesn't help. That's my excuse. So,
Blimey, Slayer exclusive in the chat. Good to see you, bro. It's been a while. Been a long time. Hope you're doing well.
Because you called him out on Discord. That's what it is.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
To berate you. That's what it is.
You can catch Slayer on the Thursday show, 1 a.m. in the morning. I don't know what the fucking American time is. I really should know what it is.
Yeah.
But,
it's 1 a.m. GMT at the moment because of the
The Americans move their clocks.
Yeah,
over
the
the night before
Americans
us.
have got the daylight savings at the moment. It's normally 2 a.m. in the UK.
9 p.m. Eastern.
9
Nice.
p.m. Eastern, in it, but it's
Yeah.
changed for the next couple of months, is it? Off weeks? I don't even know when our times change anymore. It's all blended into one
I don't
now.
understand why we just don't have one fucking time. We don't need daylight savings anymore. It's not needed. Get rid of
They're on
it.
about getting rid of it, aren't they?
They are in America anyway, I think. I don't know if we are, but
It's for the farmers.
for the farmers.
That's why they do it. Yeah, it's for the farmers. They get more daylight hours to work.
Why
They've
don't
got
we
lights
just
on
get
their
up at
fucking
1 hour
tractors. Why can't
earlier?
they just do it earlier? Sympathetic to all your farming needs.
Only tractors had lights on now, because I know horses didn't
I know.
back in the day, but you know.
They got those big fucking spotlight bastards on them now.
Yeah.
They don't even need daylight.
I haven't actually played much this week. I've just had a look back, and I haven't really played a huge amount. I finished that Submerged Hidden Depths. I don't know if I'd mentioned that last week, but I think I finished it.
Yeah,
fully.
you did. I didn't even know they made a fucking sequel.
Yeah, the sequel is 100% better than the original. It's the same premise pretty much, except you're not finding supplies to heal your brother. You're returning like giant seeds to these like plants to sort of cleanse the world or the city you're in.
Sounds amazing.
But the story is a lot better. The graphics are a lot better. The controls feel a lot better. And it was nice to sort of finish it off. And then I've been playing a bit of Agent Intercept, which is out either next week or the week after, which is like an on-rails driving game where you're in like... It's like James Bond, basically, but cartoony and like low poly. So you're doing these missions, and like the first one, it's like you're driving down this road, and then you're like, you've got to stop the evil villain in his nuclear submarine. So then you jump in the air, it flips into a boat, and you're firing rockets at them and stuff. Really fun, really cheesy. It's got like really cheesy sort of like 80s movies dialogue, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I can't show it at the moment because I'm under embargo, but I can say it's really fun. I just can't give a proper scored review yet. So I've been playing that. Finally
what
got
I like in my driving games is being on rails.
I don't mean it's like you can drive, but you don't accelerate. It's always accelerating for you. So
okay.
you have you've got abilities like you've got boost, you've got rockets, you've got like jumps and stuff, and you can drift around corners to build up more boost. But you're always moving, so you basically like you sort of burn out through enemies and stuff like they're in the little jeeps with the machine guns, and you just plow through them and stuff in your little spy car, and then you jump into the water and you're speeding around blowing up submarines and stuff. It's crazy. It's quite fun actually. It's one to definitely keep an eye on. So
cool.
We have I've just seen Stubbs that says we haven't put the guest details in. Well, it says Animated Evil. I'll put the links in a bit, mate. Blame StreamYard for not putting the proper details in. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do?
We are the epitome.
You should be watching this
professionalism.
whole episode live, and then you click the links at the end. I don't want you all shooting off after 5 minutes going, oh, I like that Animated Evil. Let's watch all your shit instead. You've got to wait till end for that. You've got to wait for good stuff. God. And then I've been playing Hot Wheels Unleashed. Finally got that bloody SpongeBob car. Finished the race pass or whatever it's called. So I can stop playing it until the next season pass comes out soon, or I get the new DLC. So yeah, that was good. I don't know why SpongeBob. It's like a mix between SpongeBob himself and his house. So it's like it's got the SpongeBob head and his trousers, but then it's got his doors and his windows from his house for the car. It's very odd. That's an official Hot Wheels car. They haven't made that up for the game. That is an officially released Hot Wheels car. So no bloody idea on that, but it keeps the kids happy. And then the other one off the top of my head that I've been playing, Immortal Planet, which is like an isometric RPG Souls-like game. That's quite good, actually. I'm not a Souls fan that much, but it was pretty cool. It's a lot of dodging, blocking, that sort of stuff. Sci-fi setting. You die, you can go pick all your items up again, etc. Moving on. But like an indie game, but actually really fun. So yeah, cool. I've not played a huge amount of different things this week. It's been really slow.
I love when you describe Seven as like an indie game, but really fun.
No, I mean, like, compared to Souls, I have no interest in Dark Souls. If I wanted to get wrecked all the time, I would play them. I don't. I want to actually enjoy games. Elden Ring, to me, it looks cool. I like the enemies, but it just, the gameplay bores me. If I want to be bad at games, I'll play something I suck at. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be told that I'm shit at a game over and over and over. So...
Get you back on Halo Infinite.
Trip, then. He's come back all flustered.
He's a bit of a different top, isn't he?
Fucking just realised I left the heating on, and I'm sat here in a hoodie. And I'm literally starting to drip buckets. So I was like, "Got to do something about this." So, yeah. As the show progresses,
in chat for playing Peppa Pig. So something we need to know is like, you've been playing Peppa Pig, mate.
You didn't invite us.
Yeah.
It's all coming out in the wash now.
That night you were supposed to play Sea of Thieves, that's what he was doing. He's off playing fucking Peppa Pig.
That's it, yeah. All comes out. I was playing it with my niece.
Wink.
Wink, wink, wink. Yeah, all right. We know the truth, mate. We know the truth.
You ain't fooling anyone, Slayer.
So should we jump into some topics then?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we'll start with the first one. We'll get it out of the way quickly. Obviously, last week, literally the day after we do our show, is when Sony did their state of play for Hogwarts Legacy, which I thought looked fucking ace. I'm well looking forward to it.
I'll tell you what, I was really impressed by those interiors. My God, that game looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting to have like a hub area, like your own little base where you can grow things and animals and all that stuff. And I was like, they've done a good job. It looks really cool, and you can kill people with you can be evil with like the killing spells and stuff. Yeah. Yes.
I don't even like Harry Potter. I mean, I've seen like the first movies up to like the last two. I'd never watched the last two movies, so I'm not a massive Harry Potter fan. But that game just looks incredibly fun. I'm definitely going to be trying that.
Single player and no microtransactions, have said.
I was surprised they haven't got like a Quidditch mini game. That was a bit of a surprise because you'd have think they would throw
some kind of Quidditch in the trailer though. No, I can't remember.
There's no Quidditch.
Someone were on a broom, so I swear there was someone on a broom in that trailer. Unless I've been like I were hallucinating Harry Potter or something. I'm like, oh. But yeah, I thought that looked really, really good.
That reminded me of it's Bully versus Witcher 3. I think that's the feel it gave me. That's just the feel I got from that, and I'm really excited for that. But I was anyway when it was announced because I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but I do like films. I do like the universe, things like that. And my kids like it, so I've seen them quite a lot of times. So I do like the whole premise of what they're offering. But do you know what? Bully versus Witcher 3, that'll do. That's me all day. Every day that.
It's the closest thing to Bully we're gonna get.
Absolutely.
It just looks really fun. I was quite surprised by it because I wasn't overly excited for it until I saw the interiors. My God, the Hogwarts looks absolutely incredible. Like just the sheer like scale of it, it just looks amazing.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job, and also they've sort of expanded into new areas or places that, from what I can gather from what they said, they're expanded into areas that are like mentioned in the books and the films, but you don't really see. But they've kept the same sort of aspect and the graphics. Like they went into, did you say one of the other common rooms? They've done.
Oh yeah, you can
never see.
You'll go into all four of them. Yeah, you'll because apparently you can be any house. So you would have to have that hub as your common room. So if you are put in Hufflepuff, you will have to go to the Hufflepuff. Isn't it? Am I right? Yeah, it is. I think.
Hufflepuff's the blonde one, the yellow one that does nothing. Yeah, that's the new one. They just put it in there just so people feel special. Like,
everyone thought it was going to be a PlayStation exclusive, didn't they? But it's actually coming multi-plat.
Well, they already announced it was multi-platform. They just because PlayStation, obviously, as they do with their state of plays, they conveniently ignore other things. They don't mention them.
I do think they've paid for the advertising rights.
Yeah.
Most advertising. But I was worried because things can change. I know they say it's going to be multiple, but if any company gives enough money, they're going to go, yep, well, you can have it as we don't know until it comes out. Things can change. But I'm hoping, and it's just advertising rights.
I think that now
Yeah,
they've
they've
advertised it as being an
also-
Xbox One. It's definitely coming to Xbox One. I don't think it's something that they can back out of now because it's already out in the open.
It's
That
coming
it's
to
coming
Switch as
to.
well, isn't it? They sort of shadow dropped the announcement that it's coming to Switch as well, which it
How the
wasn't
fuck is-
originally announced for Switch. So
How the
yeah,
fuck is the Switch going to power that?
it's probably one of those horrible streamed games, you know.
Well, let's be fair. Let's be fair with the Switch version. It's gonna the spells are gonna be fun, aren't they?
Yeah,
Because you're gonna have
They're
to
just
do the
gonna
proper bullshit. You have to like a
Joy-Con it, yeah.
like
it's
like
just
a
going to be the
conductor
Lego
trying to
Harry
put the
Potter
battles.
games.
No, it looks good though. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that. I think.
Yeah, I'm going to
Is
get
it?
that.
Is
I
it
tell you what,
Christmas
though,
this year?
pardon?
Is it Christmas this year? It's coming out.
Holiday
Well,
this year, yeah. So
Oh, okay. I'll
October
tell you what,
to
man.
December.
Christmas is going to be fucking packed this year with games. So unless shit starts getting delayed, there's going to be so many games coming out this Christmas. It's going to be a good year.
Talking
And that's
about
not including,
studio-
that's not including all the shit that they get shown off at E3. Like, there's,
yeah. Oh man, it's going to be mad, isn't it? It's not E3
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year. It's just summer showcases because E3.
Xbox is doing their own thing, aren't they? They're going to be having their own like conference from their own venue or some shit. I don't know. Xbox has gone that.
They've got that theatre, haven't they?
Yeah, they got their own. I can't remember where it is.
It's in LA.
Right across the street.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
E3, yeah.
It's literally right next to where they do E3 now.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. I know some people aren't, but I thought, even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, it looks like a good RPG.
Yeah, great.
It looks, and for a tie-in game, I'm surprised they've put so much time and effort in.
I don't know why it's reminding me of Fable. It's giving me Fable vibes. I have no idea why. But I'm getting like strong Fable vibes.
It's British. It's got British.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everyone was
Yeah,
kicking off
yeah,
because apparently it was tied to J.K. Rowling. I don't know what she's fucking done. I don't really pay attention. But how
She
she married-
hates transgenders, and they don't want to say a name anymore. So
Right.
just to get around it, they've just said,
She's not associated with the game, though, is she?
"Yeah,
you can be
they've got-
trans
we have
in
no
the
deal
game,
with
can't you, or
JK."
something?
You are?
Show that it's definitely nothing to do with her. I don't fucking know.
I have no
Well,
idea.
she's still getting money from it. She's never not. She owns Harry Potter. She'll get a good cut from that somewhere along the lines. It's just
She's
she does-
fucking minted now. She doesn't need to worry about who she offends.
They did,
No,
they
it's-
did the Harry Potter special, didn't they? Because my wife
That's
watched
why she's
it and
got
they
an
didn't mention
extreme
her name
opinion because
once.
she's got loads of money.
wasn't she in the Harry Potter special though?
You are?
She was in the Harry Potter special though.
No,
like
she
a
wasn't. She wasn't in
No,
it.
she wasn't.
She wasn't invited, and they didn't mention her name once the whole show. Also,
I can't remember. To
I'm
be fair.
kind of with Muppet. I fucking hate Harry Potter, so none of this interests me
Intellectual
whatsoever.
idiots,
In terms of
obviously.
the game, the books, the movies, it's just a wank.
The movies are great. I
Universe.
don't know why I never watched the last two. I fucking didn't get around to doing it. I should go back and watch them. Really.
This shit.
The last two.
Yeah,
Is it the last
that's it,
two?
shit.
The last two drag a bit because they split one film into two basically.
They turned really fucking dark, didn't they? For the
Yeah.
last two movies, and I think that's why I didn't bother watching it because like they were quite, upbeat. Oh, we're wizards, all that shit for the first few movies. And
That's because it was the guy who did Home Alone that did the first two.
If
You can just tell it sounds like Home Alone. It's got the Home Alone like pretty like, every music in it sounds like it should be in Home Alone. And it's got little kids being shits.
Also, them
So-
getting dark.
I'll tell you what.
dark
remember,
because
that
the
woman
movie
will
just
never
changed
need
the
to work
filter
again in
look
her life.
darker.
What'd you
That
say,
woman
Ginna, sorry?
could easily never put out another book. She could just disappear to a fucking island, and she would still make a fucking
Yeah.
mint. She never needs to do anything ever again.
So I've seen the movies because my daughter likes them and my wife likes them. Everyone goes, "Oh, they get dark the last few." It's like, no, they changed the filter to that greenish Gears of War Matrix hue. That's all that happens. Like it's all they got the yellow lens hue on, so everyone looks young and happy. And then when everyone gets unhappy and it's comes to an end, they put a different filter on the camera because the story and the action is the fucking same. It's just boring. from start
People
to
start
finish of
dying
the
from
movie.
like the fourth book onwards. It gets a bit more serious. Not really bad, but I remember when the last book came out and they were like, she was like, someone dies, someone whose name starts with H. And you're like, oh, who could that be? Who could that be? Like, there's some. Is that the main character? Is it his friend?
Fucking Harry, is it?
It was his owl. Spoilers. You haven't seen it now. His owl died, and she teased
I would
that
never
as
need
like
to watch
a
it now.
major thing in the book, and it was his
Did you say-
owl.
Who could it be?
Ooh. Ooh.
awful movies. Game doesn't interest me, but some people like it, and if you do,
Not
well
enough,
done.
not enough Spartans in it for Ginna.
Yeah,
True.
that was fun.
You mentioned Lord of the Rings earlier. That's that came around the same time, and that was infinitely
Beautiful.
better.
I keep meaning to go back and watch the Lord of the Rings, but I'm worried that it won't be the same as when I watched it the first time.
Oh, they are.
Apparently.
The first three are
Have you
incredible.
only watched Lord of the Rings once?
Yeah, apparently they've dated really badly.
No, they haven't.
What?
They're great.
What have you? Who have you
they
been
not?
talking to?
No.
I mean,
The
a friend of
CGI
mine.
in them looks better than the Hobbit movies.
So I haven't seen the Hobbit
Hobbit's
movies.
still really good. I
Yeah.
love the Hobbit.
What comes first, the Hobbit movies or Lord of the Rings?
Well, in canon, timeline, Hobbit takes place before and after because it starts afterwards, goes before, then goes back to after. Yeah.
So I don't need to watch them in like an Avengers order. I can just fucking watch them. Okay.
Watch Lord of the Rings first, then watch the Hobbit.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Watch Lord of the Rings.
An easier way with the Hobbit movies, you just don't need to watch them. Just pretend they didn't happen and watch Lord of the Rings. Much better experience. The Hobbit movies are pretty disappointing.
Is there any big fucking franchise that you don't like, Ginna?
I like Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings movies are excellent. All three of them. The Hobbit movies are awful.
Fucking hell.
Have you watched the Hobbit fan cut where it's like 4.5 hours long and it cuts 3 films into one and it's just like the book? They cut out all the crap. That's a really good fan edit online. If you can find a copy of it.
I've not seen that.
I like the Hobbit films.
Well. I like the books as well. So the books, even though they were written in 1937, they still hold up today. They really do.
Elijah Wood's a creepy dickhead, though, isn't he? Do you not think? I have a hard time watching Elijah Wood.
The Lord of the Rings books last year, so I've been trying for years to read them, and I get to the second book and I lose will to live. I love the lore, I love the worlds, but they fucking drag. They're not an easy read. So I got an audio book, and there's an audio book that's been released, but it cuts in all the music from the films, and this guy voices them really well. And when they're having fights, it's got all the sound effects and stuff. So much more easy to listen to on drive to work when it's all playing all the like epic music and stuff like that. So yes,
I'll tell you what, I'm amazed we never got another Shadow of Mordor. Those games are fucking great. Didn't the studio
microtransactioned it though, didn't they? It died of microtransactions.
Didn't the studio go under? From what I remember,
they copyrighted the way the microtransactions worked as well, didn't they? The whole power thing worked.
I remember they turned Shadow of Mordor into an absolute fucking grind fest, and a lot of people were unhappy about that. But I remember 1K in that game. But this was the maybe no sequel.
Yeah, there's a new Lord of the Rings game coming out. It's Gollum, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not
Gollum.
interested.
It's like it looks like an Assassin's Creed style, more linear sort of sneaky game. It looks weird because like Gollum, like the graphics look nice, but Gollum looks weird. Like Gollum and Dobby from what Harry Potter have had a baby, and this is a new Gollum that is like
not using Andy Serkis.
The eyes, like
it's
weird.
Not Andy Serkis, no.
Oh fucking hell! I would happily see that man play any role. He's fucking brilliant.
He's cornered the market. If you need anything animated that's not real or is an animal that needs to act human-like, you get Andy Serkis on board.
He's in the new Batman movie, and he plays Alfred. Does a great job in that.
But is it Alfred as a monkey butler or real Alfred?
Yo, Alfred.
I would have paid to see that though. You think Batman, with all his money, he would have little monkeys walking around helping him? Like Michael Jackson had the little monkeys. Like Batman would have them all like building him stuff, and that'd be amazing. Could you imagine Batman comes out and instead of Robin, he's got like an army of monkeys in costumes.
That sounds like a really shit fucking
like the Wicked Witch of the West. What are you talking about?
Witch of the West.
But with like millionaire with like armored vehicles and shit.
Does he say fly monkeys at some point as well?
Fucking hell.
The right to be Mad Fimber, it does look really different. It looks stupid. It's just weird. You can't either make it look totally different or make it look the same. They've gone for like the same model, but then changed his face as much as they could. So
it's kind of what they did with that Avengers game, where they kept the Mark Ruffalo version of the Hulk in the purple top and the thing, and exactly like should look, and then just put someone else's face and voice on him. So you had the full right, but we wanted to do our own versions. Why? Why?
If they'd have spent that little bit of money getting the people's likenesses right, they would have probably been a lot better off. Do you know what I mean? It's silly, but
yeah, I think they missed a trick with Avengers. They should have just used the fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe characters, because it wasn't. I mean, it came out shortly after Endgame as well, didn't it? So everybody's got Avengers fresh in their mind. Why the fuck would you change the character models to anything other than what you've just seen on the cinema?
yeah. And then they've only just recently brought out the movie-style costumes, haven't they, as well? That are sort of themed on.
Fuck the movie style costumes. I want the movie style faces. I want the actual actors who played the characters.
Well, you can't always get what you want, mate.
But you should be able to, Ash. It's not acceptable.
Well, I agree.
I want to play as Robert Downey Jr.
Next thing you know, they were doing a Halo TV show where they use a different voice and showing his face. Fuck me, the world's gone mad.
Does he have that porn stash from Orange Is the New Black though, Master Chief?
He doesn't.
I'm disappointed in that. That's all I want.
Is that the guy who's playing him?
Yeah, it's that guy from
that
guy from Orange Is the New Black with a stash.
Yeah, the rapey prison guard.
Yeah.
See, I only know him as
he's still like a jockey's whip, isn't he? How's he going to be a Master Chief?
And he's 6'6" or something like that. He's fucking huge. But
he's skinny as fuck.
No, he's massive. He's ripped. Yeah, he's a really big guy.
Got an hench.
If you watch American Gods, he plays a leprechaun, and it turns out leprechauns are really tall, muscly fuckers, and they're not what you think he plays that.
That's the guy.
He's that guy from American Gods, isn't he?
Yeah, he's big, muscly bastard.
Yeah, he's a big tall guy. Yeah.
Blimey.
I liked how American Gods started. It always made me chuckle. It wasn't the best of shows, but
it's great.
I didn't mind it. I binged it. I really liked it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. But I like anything with Ian McShane. I think he does a great presence no matter what he does.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not been picked up for another series. It's been left in limbo.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Also, Ian McShane, Deadwood, best TV series ever made with Sopranos.
Yeah.
Those two right up there.
Yeah.
Funny that.
Love Deadwood.
I saw a lot of
again, obviously.
I did see there was a lot of hate for the Halo show the other day because it had come out, someone had come out in the team in an interview and said we didn't look at the games, but what they meant was for like backstory or something. It was very specific what they said they hadn't looked at the game for, but they then clipped everything around it out and just put we didn't look at the games, and then we're making the Halo TV show. Like they've never watched Halo. They just went,
I saw
make this TV show on Halo, and everyone's just gone, oh, what is it? I don't know. Some Halo. They've got one around their head, maybe.
People were kicking off about there being a fucking Tahoe in the background, weren't they? Like a car in the background on the Halo.
They've explained that that's meant to be there. It wasn't a continuity error.
Oh no, we can't have a blue Cortana. Oh, fucking get a grip. Like, it's for the live action, you gimp. You're not fucking watching.
I think it looks good.
I think it looks great.
Yeah. You need to forget what happened in the Halo games.
It's really good.
Thinking it's a Halo story, it's a new timeline, and just forget what you know about the storyline because
fucking the diehards are going to ruin it. I think whenever that show airs, they're going to sit there and pick it to pieces. Oh, I didn't like this. Oh, that wasn't accurate. Oh, fucking what is accurate? It's a fucking based on a video game. You dumb fuck. It's not going to be accurate.
The thing is, it's always
t-shirt and my
always
Halo
going to
Control holder
happen.
saying I'm going to be fine. I'm fucking lying. I'm going to rip it to shreds as soon as it shows.
It's always going to happen with a fan of a franchise, isn't it? You try and do anything a little different. If you're a massive fan of it, you're going to be offended.
People get offended.
Unfortunately, it's too easy to voice your opinion these days, whether rightly or wrongly, whether you should.
Oh, the aliens don't look realistic. Well, fucking you go and find me an alien that fucking looks accurate then.
I did see some of the stills leaked where they've actually caved in the elite's heads and there's like just he's half decapitated, his head's hanging off and there's blood everywhere. And it's like, oh, it looks like it's going a bit more mature than the games, which used to have blood and just got rid of it like it never existed because they want to go to a teen audience. Again, I'm not bitter.
So you can play
there's always going to... I mean, The Witcher, fuck me. That series is amazing. People still pick it to pieces. Oh, that's not accurate to the books. Who the fuck cares? It's an adaptation. That's that's the key word. Adaptation. Jesus. I get really fucking annoyed by people that do that. They literally go on Twitter and shit on everything because, it's not accurate. Fucking find me an alien. Like...
I've never played a Witcher game, so I'm enjoying watching the Witcher TV series.
It's fantastic.
My wife loves it. Thinks it's fantastic.
Great, really good. Second season not so much, but the first season.
Because Henry Cavill's in it. Let's be honest. That's why she likes watching it.
I'll tell you what, man. He is a sexy man. He is absolutely sexy man.
He is
Beautiful. If he doesn't get to play Bond, he doesn't get to play Bond. Something's seriously fucking wrong. He is perfect.
Yeah, like proper classic Bond, not modern rugged.
Yeah. He doesn't need to be Bond. Yeah, he doesn't need to be fucking jarhead Bond. He's got that. He's got that really nice, shaken not stirred fucking vibe about him. He's perfect.
Modern Bond is more touchy feely. Modern Bond addresses his feelings and becomes impotent for a while. Old school Bond had no feelings and just, oh no, she's died. Who's the next bird? He gave no shit.
Fucked everything that walked.
Fair play to the current James Bond run that's just happened. The whole story from start to finish was linked. Every movie linked together.
Awful, wasn't it? Casino Royale was great. Skyfall
Royale is a beautiful film. It's just
Quantum of Solace is boring.
It's perfect. Quantum of Solace was shit. What was one that came after that? Spectre?
Judi Dench gets shot in Scotland. That's the one.
That was Skyfall. That was great. Skyfall was great.
No spoilers, but that was a good movie.
The one where you think that it should be Sean Connery and it's some random bloke. Clearly that should have been the Sean Connery cameo. And no,
I don't want to see Batista in a fucking villain role. I don't want to see Batista in many roles. To be fair, he's a bit hit and miss.
I think we got stuck down this route last week because Mitch just said low-key for Bond, and I'm pretty sure we said last week he's good, but we're not ready for a ginger Bond.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure we discussed this last week.
We did.
We'll move on from the Bond talk. I'll quickly shove in some Lord of the Rings, last bit of Lord of the Rings gaming news because I'm not going to get to do it otherwise. Before we move on to the next topic, the Lord of the Rings Online did their recent producer update. They do like a letter from the producer, and they're heading into their 15th anniversary. And they've said they're doing some slight changes to the free-to-play model going forward. So basically, previously it was you get like the main story quests up to a certain point, but all the side quests you had to pay to unlock or subscribe. Basically, they had a model where you could buy the areas, and you could just subscribe for a fee to get all the quests unlocked. But going forward, everything up to the Helm's Deep expansion will be free to play fully. So I'm still not fully through the Helm's Deep expansion after years of playing. There's so much content. So let's level up to level 95. You'll also be able to get all of the extra character classes that you had to pay for previously, like Runekeepers, Wardens, and Bjornins. And also you get the High Elf race, which was locked behind a paywall previously. All free. So if you like MMOs, you like Lord of the Rings, it's literally free up to level 95, which is hundreds of hours of content, and you will lose your life to it. So that's pretty cool. I'm holding off going back into it, but they keep trying to pull me back in.
Apparently Muppet has never seen his balls.
Yeah. So modern gaming has corrupted me, Ash, to the point where when you started mentioning they're going to change the model, I thought it was going to go in a negative way, but they're actually giving away more shit for free.
Yeah, basically, it's got
the game's fucking amazing, though, isn't it?
15 years old. It's having its 15th anniversary this year. So yeah, but if you've never played it or you've used to play it and you fancy trying it again, it's like imagine WoW, but more real, like more grounded, and it's got much cooler Lord of the Rings vibes. Really good, really close to the books. All those areas and stuff.
WoW was another one, actually. WoW was another one. Fucking people complaining, the orcs don't look real. Fucking find me an orc in real life. Find me an army of orcs. Fucking... Sorry.
Everyone complained that one of the orcs was too good looking in the movie as well. I remember that orc is too good looking. Like, well,
I'll tell you what, that movie should have been better.
It's going to be harder to believe the guy falls in love with her at the end, you know?
I'm going to go on a random tangent
to the end of the WoW movie because it started like it was advertised like it was going to be for like everyone, and then literally if you don't have a clue about WoW, it just sort of mentions loads of stuff that you have no idea about, and you're like, right.
Here's my issue with the WoW movie, and to be fair, any WoW movie going forward, if you take the cinematics from WoW games, they are fucking incredible. Really like emotionally driven, good fucking. Great graphics, and they look fantastic. And then you make a World of Warcraft movie that's basically just humans in suits. I would rather they took a fucking they made like a cinematic CGI World of Warcraft movie, an animated movie, than try and live action it up. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Those
The CGI trailers and the videos in WoW are amazing. Like,
They
as
are
someone who's only
fantastic.
briefly played WoW, those cinematics with that dead guy with that big massive sword, it looks ace.
Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah. That was such a
yeah.
phenomenal cinematic.
My issue was I watched it not knowing anything about World of Warcraft, purely on the basis that the director, Duncan Jones, did Moon, which is the greatest movie ever made. And he's the director. He's David Bowie's son, but he doesn't like people to know he's David Bowie's son, so he goes under the name Duncan Jones. He's done a few movies now. Moon is the greatest movie ever made. And then he followed it up because they gave him lots of money to make a World of Warcraft movie because they were like, oh, this movie's amazing. Here you go. Try a big movie. The movie before it was literally 2 actors the entire movie. So it's Sam Rockwell and Kevin Spacey, but Kevin Spacey isn't actually in it. It's a robot with Kevin Spacey's voice and one of those yellow hippie faces on the robot to show what emotion he's thinking. That's the entire movie. Best movie ever made. I can't tell you what the storyline is, otherwise it ruins it. But go out and watch Moon and then pretend World of Warcraft didn't happen, and you'd be like, that director's pretty good.
The CGI set pieces in the World of Warcraft movie were fucking incredible. I mean, like the Karazhan and fucking what's that place called? Stormwind. The locations were fantastic, but the story was awful. The characters just looked awful. It just wasn't a good adaptation. But I would happily see them, if they were to do like a CGI, like one of the intro trailers, and just ran a whole movie of that. Fucking sign me up. They do some of the best CGI trailers in gaming, without a doubt. Fuck, man. I still remember watching Wrath of the Lich King CGI for the first time. It gave me chills, like legit chills. I was so amped after that trailer. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, we're going to get off topic into movies again, aren't we? But hey, and finally...
Welcome to the Sidetrack podcast, where we...
shout out to the One Ring RPG that released today. And as I said, I would mention it on the show every now and again, by Free League Publishing. So this is a RPG, like tabletop RPG, set in the world of Middle-earth. It's set between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, but this is the second edition. They did one, like first edition, a good sort of 6 years ago or something like that, and this is the brand new version. Came out today. So if you like the actual sort of tabletop RPGs, you can buy a physical copy, or there's digital copies on things like Drive-Thru RPG. And we will be playing it live on a live stream at some point in the future. It's coming soon in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye out for that. Not sponsored, but we should be. Just saying.
I thought we were sponsored.
No, they just sent us some stuff to review. We're not sponsored. They're just very kind.
Sponsored. They're sending us free shares.
I tried to get you sponsored by Greg's the other day, Ash.
I know, and they didn't even like
it. Bastards.
I shed a tear of such kind comments on Twitter. I was like, oh they love me.
Lowe's guy is still ducking us as well.
Bastards.
I know. You think these little companies like
imagine how many more fucking bottles of lemonade they sell if they got us on board.
It could be because we're drinking wine instead of lemonade on stream. But
Connor Moses, great to see you, dude. Blimey, it's been a while. Hope you're doing well.
Thanks for joining. If we got sponsored by Lowe's, I would get like 2 different bottles and I'd like stone cold them and I'd be like, wait, lemonade. That'd be amazing. Give me a hell yeah. It'd be amazing. They don't get that sort of coverage with like every podcast, you see. So
yeah.
I don't think he gets that kind of coverage. Full stop.
If we could get like a Greg's sponsorship and a Lowe's sponsorship, that's us made, isn't it? That's all we need.
Like Greg's trainers now. Yeah. I'd be fucking decked in Greg's. Like I'd have the Greg's hoodie, like the joggers and all the.
Tell you what, man. We don't need Razor sponsorships or fucking Secret Labs sponsorships. We need Lowe's and fucking Greg's.
Yeah, well, we do nowadays with the cost of living. We need all the like physical, edible sponsorships we can get in life because I can't afford out else nowadays. Fucking fuel, oil, fucking everything's going up in price. You know what I mean? So if we could get like free food,
come on, Greg's man, like help us out.
What I want to know with these Greg t-shirts and jumpers that come out is why there isn't one where it looks like you've got crumbs on you. And then people come over, you got something on you. Oh, ooh. Like that doesn't happen. They haven't got one. Really missed the trick there.
Amazing.
Yeah. We'll go on to another game announcement that came out today. It's not on the topics, but I'm saying it because it looks ace. They announced a new Ghostbusters game and says, I'm a Ghostbuster. Got to announce it.
I tell you what, man, that looks fun. It looks so fun. 4-player, or you can be the
4v1,
ghost.
isn't it? Yeah. So it's called
Great.
Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. It's rolling out in Q4 this year for PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC via the Epic's Game Store. It's made by multiplayer experts Ilphonic. I'm not sure who Ilphonic are without.
They made Friday the 13th and something else.
Oh, Dead by
They
Daylight.
made that shit Predator game, Friday the 13th.
So I take back my earlier skepticism. I quite like those games.
Yeah.
What was that, Ash? Friday the 13th, what?
Such a good game.
It was a good game.
So bad,
we need to play that on stream as well. That game is
I never played it.
Me and
Apparently,
Fabio did a stream of it once, and
Apparently
we
it
were
takes-
playing as the survivors because you can play as more than one. You can have multiple. And someone came as Jason, and I just kept running around a settee away from him, and he kept trying to get me. I'd run around, and this went on for about 6 minutes till he finally gave up and just walked off.
or teleport, or bad player.
He was just a bad player, but it was fucking hilarious because I'd like walk close to him and start like go like that, and he'd start coming, and I'd run around the other side. It was amazing. But
apparently it takes hundreds of hours to get all the achievements for that game.
yeah, I haven't got the achievements. It's just fun.
No.
If you've got like a group of friends, play Survivors because you get absolutely wrecked. But I went on with Fabio, and I'd played it a few times. So I used to have it on PS4, so I knew what I was doing. And Fabio had absolutely no clue. And he finally gets spawned as like a hero guy with like a gun, a rifle.
Yeah.
Spawned this guy. He just got destroyed in like 2 minutes. It was great. And there's me like, what does this do? And I put the radio on in the house. So everyone's trying to fill this car up with fuel to escape. And I'm just pumping this music out. So he's like, they're right over there. Everyone got absolutely rogered by Jason.
So why don't we set up a stream for a weekend? Saturday night, we'll do like a weekend stream. That'd be good fun.
If we need numbers, me and all my mates only, we used to play this game all the time because
it's so fun.
It's better than Dead by Daylight, but the problem was they got the rights for it. They made the game. They were going to add more stuff in, and then it turns out the people who sold them the rights didn't really own the rights. And then
it's a copyright law in America, which is stupid, where basically the guy who wrote the original script, they've now said that if you don't have a certain contract, he owns the rights to the first film. So he owns the rights to Friday the 13th Part 1 and everything in it. He doesn't own the rights to everything else. But because of that, they couldn't make any more content until it got resolved, and it took ages. They gave up waiting, and then it did get resolved, and he won. But now it's going to appeals courts because we can make more Jason films.
They did a new game, basically.
Yeah.
Is that the same studio that's making the new
Ghostbusters?
Evil Dead game?
No, they're not doing that. But that looks amazing. So I've got that pre-ordered. Cannot wait. I
still haven't finished season 3 of Ash vs Evil Dead. I kind of lost steam on it. I got halfway through. I was like, "Fuck me, this is getting shit." That last season was really difficult to get through. I mean, I love Lucy Lawless, but she was the bad guy in the first fucking season. Why is she now the bad guy again in the 3rd season? Spoiler alert, by the way. It's just not a good season. So I got like 2 episodes away from the end. I was like, "I'm fucking done with this." Turned it off. Never went back to it. I should have really. It's only like 2 episodes.
Fimber says, I wonder, did anyone buy the rights to Lord of the Rings? I don't know. I know the movie and game rights came up or were coming up soon, but they've
Amazon
not announced
just on a TV series, isn't
it? But it's basically the overall rights to the movies, like for making games and movies and everything, is they were basically selling them off.
Got it.
But
surely
who buys them? Who knows?
I
bet Amazon put a bit
in the game. That's when you buy. It's like, they got Spider-Man and stuff. We're going to buy Lord of the Rings rights and we're going to make games exclusive. Chuck some money around.
They were saying it was like 4 billion or something like that, or 10 billion just for rights. So, I mean, I didn't realize Peter Jackson was the owner of Unity, like the creator of Unity, like or one of the owners of Unity. and he's become a billionaire because he's obviously sold a lot of it recently, didn't he? To Weta.
Yeah,
he sold Weta. Yeah, he sold Weta. He used to own that. He sold that.
Yeah, he owned Weta. That's not Unity. He owned Weta, but they've sold it to Unity, and he's become a billionaire from it.
Unity's that tech in it. Is that right? Yeah, that's pretty much
it.
It's like Unreal for indies.
For it.
Yeah.
In development engine, yeah.
So he's loaded now. He don't have to make no more Lord of the Rings films. He's just laughing to the bank. But yeah, this Ghostbusters game.
Another shit King Kong. That's what we want. Another shit King Kong from Peter Jackson.
He is King Kong. He's pretty good.
Was it fuck? Was it like the first hour and a half not even seeing the monkey? Who the fuck wants to tune in to see that? Like it's.
In every King Kong movie, you don't go straight to the monkey. You got to build up suspense.
Yeah. No, I want to see the monkey.
The monkey do? He goes. That's it. It's a monkey.
That was more Tarzan than a monkey. I'm going to be honest.
Do you know what? I can't see Tarzan anymore. It's all I see when I think of Tarzan is George of the Jungle now.
Yeah,
that's true.
Apart from the Tarzan Disney film. So,
or just
man, it makes me
around one of the two.
It makes me so happy to see Brendan Fraser get a career revival.
Yeah.
He's such a fucking awesome dude.
They need to bring back the Mummy with him in. I mean, I know
he's put a lot of weight on, hasn't he? Jesus, they're saying he's for a role.
Happy now, if he's happy, and he spoke out about
he damaged his back, didn't he? He damaged his back really badly on the last Mummy movie, and it's like put him out of action.
He spoke out about abuse from like directors or something as well.
Yeah, he was
killed his career for a while, but he's back, and I'd love to see a Mummy movie with him in again. I don't give a shit. Because
he was one of the first Me Too's, wasn't he? But he didn't get the support that that you could get these days. I think he got like felt up or something by a director who blacklisted him in Hollywood.
Yeah. So I'm glad he's back, and I'd like to see him. A mummy game that was really like a modern Mummy game would be awesome as well.
I'll tell you what, if they do make another Mummy movie, I want Brendan Fraser in it, but I also want is it Rachel Weisz? Want her back in it because it wasn't the same in the last Mummy movie. Tomb with the Dragon Emperor.
No,
it wasn't. It was a scheduling conflict. She was filming something else at the same time, so she wasn't able to do the Mummy movie.
It was the replacement was the blonde mum from Grown Ups.
She was in Coyote Ugly. She played the bar manager.
Coyote Ugly as well. Yeah,
I thought for a second when you said recent, you were about Tom Cruise's one. I was going to say I haven't even watched that.
Fucking awful. Absolutely
horrendous. They were going
horrendous.
to make a cinematic universe out of Frankenstein, the Mummy, and all that. They were trying to do an
everyone,
MCU.
They turned
Frankenstein and Dracula and shit.
Then they turned Russell Crowe into fucking Jekyll and Hyde. I think that was the whole gimmick.
He was in the Mummy movie as Dr. Jekyll, but they never got to Dr. Hyde. Was Johnny Depp going to be the Invisible Man or something like that? He was going to be one of them. They had some good names lined up, and they all just died of death because that Mummy film was shit.
It was horrendous, absolutely awful.
Apparently, he was supposed to be the Mummy, though. It was going to be a twist. Was Tom Cruise was going to be the Mummy as the bad guy or something at the end? And there was some weird fucking twist in it. I can't remember what it was. I think he dies or some shit. I don't know. It was a long time ago that I saw it. I don't like Tom Cruise though. I don't like him in much. He's become that like over the top 50-year-old. Oh, watch me do my own fucking stunt actor. I've got no time for that.
He's no Jackie Chan.
Yeah, there's professionals that can do this shit for you, and if you do end up fucking breaking your ankle, you're out of commission for months, and the filming gets delayed. Like, sort your fucking life out, Tom. Get someone else in to do it for you.
He shouted at COVID people, dickheads, though, so I give him credit for that.
In his defense, in the last Mission Impossible movie, he did break his ankle when he jumped from one rooftop to another.
You see it go,
and he finished right into it.
Oh, yeah.
What a fanny, though. Like, how long did that get delayed the movie shoot?
He kept filming, did he?
No, he got taken out of action for fucking 6 weeks.
It was down for months. He's
He's no Jackie Chan. I remember Jackie Chan, Rumble in the Bronx. He has a cast on and he sticks a bit of plastic over that looks like a shoe, and then he runs and jumps onto a moving hovercraft with a broken leg with a cast on and a thing to look like he has a trainer. That's fucking dedication. He's probably older than Tom Cruise.
Jackie Chan's a fucking legend. That's why.
Did you watch that one when he jumps off that clock tower and lands on his head?
Oh,
you're like, that would kill someone normally. And he's like, just gets up and he's like, right, I'll do it next scene. Like,
Do it again.
down the machine.
Next time, feet. He learns.
Yeah,
every
next time, Jackie, put your feet on.
Do take Jackie.
Shout out to Connor Moses in chat. He says he absolutely loves the channel lots. Thank you. And yes, the new Lego Star Wars game, the Skywalker Saga, is getting released in April. Looks awesome. Have you watched that new video gameplay of it where it doesn't look like any other Lego game? It looks just like an action game, but just happens to be themed Lego. So it looks ace.
I'm done with Lego. I'm done.
I fucking love Lego. I love building shit.
No, we're okay. But the thing is, they've always been quite good, but they've not progressed over the years, have they?
This one looks like it has, though.
Yeah, but they can't even be asked to get online co-op into the game. They can't be asked to implement it. That would be easy, wouldn't it?
We just don't want to play with the people. How many people do you get round to your house and let's play Lego together? You don't. It's for sad nerds that sit alone. So I play alone.
Yeah, but online co-op. You know what I mean? I could play with the kids in different rooms. That would be awesome.
I would never understand why they didn't double down on a proper Lego Minecraft game.
We got World.
They did Lego Worlds, and it was not
same though, was it? It was shit.
It wasn't it?
Sorry, Animated. I wasn't laughing at you, Animated. Fucking Muppet just fucking broke me up in chat.
Finally.
Fucking legend he is.
Jackie Chan broke his cock and still did a sex scene for those listening on Spotify or the audios. Was a Muppet's comment.
Oh my god, he fucking keeps the chat entertaining, doesn't he? He's a legend, that bloke.
Do you know what? If you listen to this on Spotify or like Google Podcasts, wherever you listen, and we stop talking mid-sentence or something and sort of sound like we're idiots and we've gone off. It's not. It's because we're reading the chat and we're showing it on screen and we're trying not to laugh at stuff. Or they just send us off into like a random sort of alternate direction. Like you're halfway through an argument and I'll put something up on screen and just people will just stop. So
chances are it's Muppet being Muppet. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Right, that time we had the whole saga about the pizza and everything.
Oh, the pizza and COVID, yeah. He had to get his name in the pizza to get COVID.
I feel we've not had enough Muppets this evening, bless him. Not Muppets. We've had enough Muppet. We haven't enough animated. So I think the next topic, you can read it out, Ash, and an animated goes, and he says everything he thinks about for 5 minutes straight, and we won't interrupt him.
Yeah, we all go to toilet and stuff.
No pressure, animated, but it's all about the warming crisis in Uganda.
Don't jump it. This is all you.
Right, I'll quickly wrap this one up then. So this Ghostbusters game, 4v1, you can play as like a team of new Ghostbusters or as the ghosts, and it's going to feature the voices and likenesses of Ernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd, which is pretty cool. It looks like it's a
Bill Murray.
Well, he probably don't want to do it. It looks like it's a first-person shooter game, though, as well. It looks like it's first-person, in my opinion, unless you can switch between them based on the pictures. But looks really cool. It's got a nice graphical style to it. We'll see how it plays. But if it's the people that do the Friday the 13th game, that's getting day one. I'm like, boom. Will the game be... I don't know, but they haven't announced a price. They haven't announced a release date. It'll probably come yet again end of the bloody year, basically, or so. Who knows?
Bill Murray on after Ghostbusters Afterlife. Bill Murray was the only one who looked like he just turned up 10 minutes before the shoot just to get the fucking scene over and done with and leave.
He looked like he was dead, and
he just wanted out. No, just here for a paycheck. Don't worry, lads.
He's Bill Murray in Ghostbusters Afterlife. Yeah, he looked like his character when he was in makeup in Zombieland. Bill Murray in Ghostbusters Afterlife. He was funny, exactly but he looked dead. Like,
yeah, he looked like he just turned up. Right, let's get his show over and done with.
That's
it.
Yeah.
Good news, Timber. Inside Ash says that Ghostbusters is coming to Game Pass day one.
All right. Well, actually, talking of games that should be in Game Pass, here's the next topic. Hang on, let me just get it up in front of me. Godfall has been announced that it's coming to Xbox after obviously being an exclusive on PlayStation for 2 years, PC and PlayStation, obviously. They're doing like a ultimate version of the game with all the previously released DLC, and it's coming to Xbox in April on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. Go animated. 5 minutes.
Okay, time a minute. Okay, yeah, well, didn't the game tank anyway on PlayStation? Didn't everyone say it was no good and things like that? I mean, what's the point? We tried it with Outriders. That was shit. It looks to me roughly the same kind of thing. I mean, Outride was okay to start with. We got it in Game Pass. It tanked straight away because of server issues. People lost all their equipment, things like that. I'm sure this isn't going to be the same because it's a game that's been released. However, if it does release in the Game Pass, is it going to force people to go, oh, let's all buy it? And they're not going to be prepared for the server issues, are they? Not a chance. Absolutely not a chance that they're going to be prepared for those servers if it gets popular. But the game itself tanked, didn't it? So what?
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm not even going to bother. Don't care. I'm not interested. You can put it
You know what?
if you want. Probably won't play it.
I'm actually really looking forward to it. It was one of those PS exclusives.
There's always one. There's always one.
I quite like the look of it. I'll tell you what I found really funny about it is when the game first got announced, it was marketed as being only available on PlayStation 5 due to the super speed of the SSD. And then when it didn't fucking sell well, I was like, oh yeah, by the way, it's coming to PS4. Oh, by the way, it's coming to Xbox 360, Xbox One. Oh, and Xbox Series S and X. So it had nothing to fucking do with the fact that the SSD was fast. That was literally just PlayStation lying to the PlayStation guys about how fast the SSD was. This is another reason why I think give it a year, you'll see Ratchet and Clank come to PS4.
Yeah.
It needs the SSD. It needs that super fast SSD. We all know that. It can't operate without.
Do you know what? It loads really quickly. Ratchet and Clank. It looks awesome. I've played it, but the things where you teleport, it's all very linear. It's not like randomized. You can't teleport through a portal. They pop up and that's it. It's
some of the dev proved that it can be done on fucking old hardware, didn't they?
Yes.
Like, it's not a massive trick. It can be done on old hardware.
Psychonauts does it. There's an indie game out at the moment. I can't remember the name of it. That does the same. Oh, that game I was playing from Sometimes You, Summertime Madness, does the same thing. Where you walk over and press a button, and it changes the geometry, lighting, and everything in the world you're in. And they're like,
oh yeah, maybe you talking about that. Yeah,
yeah, they're going to be done on Ratchet because the SSD has two worlds running at once, and it changes it. It's like, yeah, but this indie game does it, and it runs on a base Xbox One. You press a button.
I think it's just marketing hype. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Ratchet and Clank comes to PS4 Pro or PS4.
Yeah,
without the ray tracing.
Even Horizon Forbidden West coming to PS4. Fucking God of War Ragnarok's coming to PS4 as well, isn't it? So
Ratchet and Clank.
All this shit about having next gen only games because the SSD can, it needs the SSD. Utter horseshit. And people ate that shit up like cupcakes. They were literally, give me all that fucking SSD information. It's all bullshit.
One thing I'll say about Ratchet and Clank was Insomniac, the geniuses they are, put out a 40 frames per second full ray trace mode, which is amazing because if you have VRR, it'll run at 60 on your screen and look like a 60 FPS game with full ray tracing, bells and whistles. So Insomniac, fair play to you. You've gone out and shown that if you can get your game to run at 40, it's going to look amazing.
How's that possible?
I didn't think not having VRR on their console, so no one can.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But when they can, that game is going to look shit hot.
It's fucking. There's so many games that are loading faster on Series X than they are on PlayStation 5. So this whole I fucking care. It's false advertising.
Also, the
false advertising
has a cap on it. So if you can put any external drive you want in, and you can play games off it, and that's amazing. And then the PlayStation fans are like, oh, look, it's better than the Xbox One. It's like, well, if you want to copy data to and from the internal one, it caps how fast you can move data. To is there something ridiculous, like less than 200 meg a second? It's even slower than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's shit. I can't remember what it is, but it's not fast.
It's like the
that was one of the massive
versions, and they can do a game in 3 or 4 minutes. And if you want to do an external to the PS5 one, which is apparently 3 times faster, you're looking hours to move a game.
Ridiculous.
Caps the speed.
And just to reply to Muppet, fuck knows what's happened to Horizon Forbidden West. No one's talking about it anymore. They talked about it for about a week, and then Elden Ring came out, and now no one's talking about Horizon Forbidden West. There's all Elden Ring.
The second half of the game's full of bugs and popping, and the world doesn't load around you. It's so much popping in the game.
I just want Tushy. Good to see you, bro. Fuck.
However, I will still get a PS5 and I will still play all these exclusives because I missed out on
PS4. I've got a PS5 and I'm quite enjoying it. It's my secondary console, but
I was saying on Twitter the other day, if I was to buy a PS5 now, it's literally to play PS4 games. I've got no reason to buy a fucking PS5 now. There's no point, I mean, and even if I was to try and get one, I'd have to get one for scalper prices. So there's no immediate rush to get one now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you're in chat, hit that like button if you're enjoying the show.
Yes.
Hit share it with your friends, family, sisters, brothers, aunties,
Share it with
uncles,
your nan.
grandos,
Your
everyone.
nan would love this content.
She would. She loves them. She
I want
loves
a
Redders.
PS5 to play,
Elderly people love Redders. So.
I am the romancer of the elderly.
I do want a PS5, and the only PS5 games I want to play is Sifu and Kenna, which are both timed exclusives because they bought their first party ones are not exciting me. Like Gran Turismo 7, the way, I know we talked about last, the way that camera angle fixes to the back of the car, and you see him like turning it and it moves immediate. Whereas Forza is kind of delayed, so you see the side of the car, and then if you straighten up, it doesn't swing the camera. It makes me feel sick.
Gran Turismo
also on PS4 as well, isn't it?
Fucking horrendous. It looks absolutely horrendous. I don't get why everyone goes, "Oh my god, it looks so realistic." Yeah, maybe in fucking replay mode, but playing the game like as is, it just doesn't look great at all. And then you consider like the MTX, the microtransaction fucking clusterfuck they've got unfolded. Like I can see why that's one of PlayStation's worst reviewed games for PlayStation 5. It's horrendous.
Yeah,
wasn't it you who told me you have to grind 18 hours just to buy one of the most expensive cars in the game? Who the fuck wants to grind 18 hours for one car?
Yeah.
That's ludicrous.
The old games have a chart, so it's like
time.
3 hours or an hour and a half would get you in the original game the best car, and then it was 3 hours and it slowly crept up. But they only brought this in after the review period ended, so there was no microtransactions, and your XPs were higher. And as soon as all the reviews were out, they nerfed it by 7 times the amount, so you earn 7 times less the credits.
Wow.
Do you remember how much shit Forza Motorsport 7 took when it introduced the way they did microtransactions? There was so much backlash.
You can't
the point
sell cars
where
in Gran Turismo either. So if you get awarded a car and you don't want it, you can't sell it.
Yeah,
shocking. Absolutely
it's now the lowest rated user-rated PS5 or PlayStation game ever or something. It's on like 1.9 or something. I mean, I don't know about Metacritic user reviews are normally full of dickheads in either way. Like everything's a 10 no matter what, or it's a 0.
Yeah.
But I mean, when they locked everyone out of the game for like 40 hours,
because it was
absolutely destroyed them with microtransactions and terrible grinding.
Lockout was so they could put the patch in to make earning credits worse and put microtransactions in.
Absolute shit show, and no one's holding them accountable. No one's complaining about it. Like no one's talking about it. And I was like,
I have seen some PlayStation people talk about it, but it's just like.
It's very much watered down, isn't it? It's like, they'll get it right. Fucking, if that was Xbox, oh my god, it's trash. You know what it's like? They'll just rip that fucking thing to shreds.
It's funny that it costs more to buy all the cars in Gran Turismo now than it does to buy all the armor in Halo that they were complaining about. But Halo's free to play and Gran Turismo 70 quid to buy.
It's like $2,000, isn't it, to buy all the cars in Gran Turismo? Who the fuck's going to spend $2,000? Some
rich people, rich stupid people.
I think it's fair to say this isn't Polyphony or Polyphony, or however you pronounce the name. It's not them doing this. Sony said like a few months ago, they're going to launch more live service games, more games that are updated. They're going that route, and this is part of it.
I bet you anything, fucking Sony are charging it based on how much they expect energy bills to hit their fucking servers. They're trying to recoup the losses for that.
That's why he turned them off for 30 hours.
We can't afford it, lads. Come on, take it down.
It's all right. On the next patch, they're going to make it so all the cars are NFTs or some bollocks like that, aren't they? That's how they're going to get you next.
Right. So NFTs, okay. I still don't get the benefits. Okay, so I was watching a podcast today, and they had a developer on there, and this developer couldn't explain the benefits. And somebody put on there, if you imagine buying a costume in one game from that company, you could have that costume in every game. And I just replied saying, well, but if they're all running on the same engine, you could do that now. And they know you've bought it because you get that downloaded to your hard drive, and they know whether you own it or not. And they're like, yes. I'm like, so you don't need it. NFT doesn't miraculously make one thing work on every single game. It just shows you own it. So it doesn't solve any of the problems other than they can make fake scarcity and charge you more. That's literally it.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm hoping at the Xbox conference, Turn 10 come out on stage, pull that big dick out, do a helicopter with it, and fucking show off Forza Motorsport 8. I can't wait. The fucking king has returned when that game launches.
I'm going to be really disappointed now if they don't come out and do it.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Turn 10 come out and just unveil Motorsport 7.
I've never been the biggest fan of Forza Motorsport. I love the Horizon games. I like them. They're a bit more casual. But
I'll tell you what.
Forza are really good, and they always used to look really good. So I just hope they keep that like high quality.
You know what I love about Forza Motorsport became a lot better for me when I turned it from automatic to manual, so you have to do your own gears.
Yeah,
no, seriously. I know it sounds like, oh yes, well, I play with all the settings. No, I'm not being like one of those. I'm saying it definitely makes it more immersive when you're having to change the gears yourself. I love it for that. And yeah, I don't do that on Horizon.
I had some amazing races on Forza Horizon 5 the other night with Tushy, who was in chat, because I don't know what happened, but we seemed to end up near each other in every single race. Like, and it would be like neither of us trying to hit each other or take each other. Because Forza's got that good thing where if one of you is going to smash in, it makes you invisible or what have you. Yeah. But if we were racing so close and at a similar speed that if one of us would have clipped each other, we would have moved each other off the road because it's like we were being close to each other. And fair play, he was always like, passing on your left, and I'd move over to the left to make sure he didn't. And
should have put him in the fucking hedge, Touchy. What are you doing?
I know. No, but it's Forza Horizon 5 online. It's actually working now, which is a thing of amazement. And that's you were saying about Gran Turismo. Nobody called out. Nobody called out that Forza Horizon 5 online at launch didn't work, and still until recently didn't work. You try going with a group of friends, half of you are getting kicked out every race, whereas now
that every fucking Horizon, though, isn't it? Horizon's never worked properly online.
But nobody called it out. It's an expected thing. They've actually fixed it.
Hey.
But the game was that good, you could overlook shit like that because you could still play online. You just couldn't play in a massive group.
I think the difference is like people were expecting Horizon not to work properly online because none of the others have.
The question is then, have they fixed it, or are less people playing it? Because when it first launched, there was 1 million people in the first couple of weeks playing it. So is it just the fact that people like myself haven't been back on it for that long because it's been broken for that long? And I love it. I absolutely love it. But it has been broken and safe for that long. Yeah, absolutely. I would do it on the game night all the time.
I always do the same
thing. Tushy kept losing sound. So I'll also say it is fixed. He was hosting and he did occasionally have to restart his Xbox as he lost sound. But compared to the previous issues, I'm willing to accept Tushy losing the sound.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Have they announced what the first DLC is going to be? That's what I'm waiting for. The first new island.
I do like the new DLC. I haven't played it since. I got this thing with Forza where I'll play it religiously when it first comes out. I'll drive all the roads, get all the achievements for those, fucking get all the billboards, and then I'll complete the main championship. And I'm right, fuck this, and I stop playing it for months until the next expansion comes out. Like, I haven't touched Forza since I won the championship. I should go back to it. But
you've won.
I have won.
Chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with Thunberg. Playground are one of Xbox's biggest assets right now.
So I can't wait to see what they've done with Fable. A lot of people think.
And I'm assuming he means Turn 10 as well, not Team 10, but we'll forgive you for that.
Yeah,
this is what confused me earlier. Redder said Team 10, and all of a sudden I thought, the Worms developer, and he said they're going to get their dick out in a helicopter. I was like, what have Worms done? Why are they coming out?
That's Team
10. I can't hear myself talk, so I end up saying random words and fucking lisps and shit. I can't help it. I can't hear myself.
Team 17 coming out with their dick out. They were trying to sell FTs and backtracked. What have they got to install for us now?
Team 17 are going to come out and pull out their worm. Just slap it down on the fucking... slap it down the face. Here, buy this.
That's not a worm. This is a worm.
The thing is, the Turn 10 engine, when they've ever released a Forza Motorsport, the Turn 10 engine from Turn 10 themselves has always been the best of the best within physics, within the racing. So they'll lay down the platform yet again, even with physics and possibly visuals and gameplay. They really will. There's no
I wouldn't be surprised
their skill and talent that they're going to just come out and smash it completely.
I wouldn't be surprised if Turn 10 are going to be the first ones to have ray tracing whilst you're actually racing. I honestly wouldn't be surprised because I mean that studio is capable of fucking phenomenal things. I mean they were the ones who first introduced the weather, weren't they? Was that
Dynamic? I believe, yeah. Dynamic. I think it was, yeah.
Sensei in the chat. Evening, dude. Always great to see you. I'm glad you're able to catch this one. That's awesome.
I also love that I was just saying how great the servers are and everything's fine apart from Tushy losing his sound, and then he jumps in. One criticism of Playgrounds is they need to sort the server issues out.
Maybe he
I'm
lost his sound
hoping-
again. Maybe he lost his sound again when you were talking, Ginna. Maybe he didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe it's just the internet, not Playground. But like I said, I'm really excited for Playgrounds, Fable.
Tell you what, man, everyone was saying, "Oh, they like the Ford." How can you be worried about Fable when you're looking at the engine that Playground Games uses? Like, that
exactly.
is fucking beautiful,
amazing.
absolutely
Imagine
beautiful.
Just the scenery in the world with all the animals and all that crap.
Incredible. They are very competent. Very competent.
You've got to think as well. Fable will not have to move at 300 mile an hour like their racing game does.
Exactly.
So, do you know
Unless
what?
they've got like horse
It doesn't have
racing.
to move that fast. So it's going to look even
Chicken
better.
racing.
Yeah, drifting the chickens round in the fucking street.
Drifting your chicken just sounds like the worst euphemism.
If you do like Fable,
chicken.
if you
My
do
God,
like
that's
Fable,
been
check
yours.
out our other episode of Fable. We did a Wee Blow Carts last week.
Yeah, very good.
Focused
I enjoyed
solely
that.
on Fable. It was me and Red Dead Panda. Really good. I enjoyed it. I'm a huge Fable fan, so it was like nice to gush out on Fable. So check it out on the channel after this if you want to do that. Yeah, really cool.
I want to know what one of the things I hated about Fable. Well, not necessarily about Fable, but Lionhead. They always come out and say, "Oh yes, we're going to implement this. We're going to do this. We're going to have this." None of that fucking shit made it into the game ever. They were fucking renowned for Peter Molyneux. He was always like, "Oh yes, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this." Fucking none of it ever made it into the game. Like,
you expected that after Fable 1.
There will be a tree there.
yeah,
The Milo fella, wasn't he, with the fucking Connect? He
they've
did make
that
the
kid's
movies,
still
though, the
stuck in
greatest
that
game
Connect.
ever made. So we got to let him off. You know, he had his
they
moment.
bought in the quest designers, didn't they, from Lionhead? They're now working at Playground, so that's pretty fucking cool.
Some of
They've
the
hired
old,
quite a few of the old Lionhead.
can't wait.
It's
I
just-
hope they hire Peter back. Bring him back. I love him. I love
Why?
him on stage chatting
Come on,
shit.
Fucking
he
master
was-
of
he
over
was-
promising.
He
was
was a
great.
salesman. That's all he was. He was a salesman, and he
Yeah,
made you-
I don't
when-
want him
when
to
he-
work on the
when he spoke,
games.
He made you believe exactly. Oh, it's going to be brilliant.
What would you bring him back for?
It's
Then?
like, we
Just to
can't do
chat
that.
shit on stage for a bit. I don't want him touching the development, but let him play the game before it comes out.
Let him go in your development. Just bring him back for shits and giggles.
Do you not remember that game he did where you clicked the box till someone finally broke through the box and they basically won a
Amazing.
bullshit prize for a game that was crap and then they closed it down basically?
That's fantastic.
That's
Don't,
what he did after
bring-
Lionhead.
don't let him anywhere near development. Just bring him back to stand on stage or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who's that other guy? Peter Moore? The one that had was like.
Think more.
He's just joined
Good
a VR company. He did after he left Xbox, he went to EA. Then he went to Liverpool and oversaw the greatest, most successful period. And now he's joined a VR company and been brought back into the world of gaming. But also, speaking of something incredible that we forgot to touch on there briefly, anyone see Redder's interview with Sensei the other night?
Yeah.
'Cause
Very good.
I'm
Yeah.
sure at about 7 points in that interview, he uttered the words, "Man, I love Ginna."
I think he was high.
I'll tell you what.
COVID, he was suffering COVID at the time, so I feel like.
If you haven't seen it, get yourself over to Sensei's
That's a
channel and
really
check it
good
out.
watch.
I really enjoyed it. You know, Sensei is one of those dudes I could just sit down and shoot the shit with. I don't have to. You know, there's no effort there. You just have a good old conversation. So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, get yourself over to Sensei's channel and give it a watch. It was a lot of fun filming that episode. Yeah.
See, Sensei
He
has
was
confirmed
constant.
it in chat now that he did.
Bill, I have to tell other people that I love you, Ginna. But you and I both know I think you're a twat.
It's true. The toop, as you call me behind closed
The
doors.
tube.
The soup.
Oh,
you
you just
you
indifferent to
wait
no nicknames.
for Room
no
101
affection.
to come back. You should
Oh, I can't
see
wait.
the new banner sort of
It's
thumbnail.
beautiful. Absolutely
that
beautiful.
was made. It's amazing.
I think we're gonna.
Toupee or
every
not
week.
toupee? That is the question.
You are
Toupee or not toupee? That is the question.
pay or not to pay. It's not
That's
a
a
toupee.
fucking-
I'm just naturally gifted with hair.
That is a fucking toupee. You have super glued that shit to your
You
head.
can see it to the roots. Look at it, right down there.
I can see it glued.
Mood. Oh shit! Right, let's keep going. We were talking about Godfall coming to Xbox. Well, we've sort of linked to PlayStation. PlayStation Studios has announced they're acquiring Haven Entertainment Studios. Now, this is Jade Raymond of Assassin's Creed fame's new studio. They have announced they're working on a game. I don't know if they've named it, but it's going to be. It sounds like a live service game.
They released screenshots, didn't they? Concept art.
Did they?
Did they? I don't think they did. I think they showed a logo and said it's coming. I don't
No,
think
they
they had
showed
anything.
they showed off screenshots. They showed off screenshots.
Nah,
They did. They did. Go and check your Twitter.
How much did they spend? Because the last few devs, they've been chucking out an even couple of $100 million. Is it 50 mil or 200 mil every dev they buy?
I think it was like 50 quid, isn't it? They bought them for.
Haven Studios. Let me have a gander. Let's have a look.
So is this a new studio done by James?
Yeah. They haven't even put a game out yet.
This studio.
I thought she maybe had taken over a new one, an older one. But,
no,
yeah.
they haven't
They haven't
this
released the game
studio
yet.
was founded last year. Their first game was going to be a PlayStation exclusive because she left. She used to work for Google. She set up her own studio. PlayStation signed her up and said, "Here's money. Make us a multiplayer game because we need one." They've made a multiplayer game for a year, and now PlayStation have gone, "Yeah, we funded you. We're now buying you."
Yeah. So it's a persistent and evolving online environment. They originally described it as.
I tell you what, I love the smell of organic growth in the morning.
That means procedurally generated, doesn't it?
It's a game that the PlayStation fans hate. It's one full of microtransactions and always online.
Oh, I love it.
It's Assassin's Creed Valhalla 2, but just with a different name. It's going to be like Creed Assassins Valhalla. I don't know.
Also, with this purchase,
never let you anywhere near marketing. Fucking hell.
Peter, we're going to get Peter in to do marketing.
Peter in.
So with this purchase, PlayStation has officially bought more studios than they've set up.
Yeah, organic
growth.
I bet Microsoft are like keep.
I'll tell you what made me laugh. The original fucking tweet, Herman Holst came out and tagged the wrong fucking people. He tagged some Whitewater Rapid company in fucking America. I'll tell you what, I bet that's the most activity they've had on their Twitter fucking feed. But he ended up deleting it like 20 minutes later after he realised what he did.
Like, we've been hired, we've been bought by Sony. Yeah. All their employees got very excited.
Was he the guy that tweeted a picture of the PS5 upside down as well? Though?
Yeah, it was.
Was he the same guy?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not.
What a fucking hero!
It's a good game, but he's so interested in his PlayStation 5.
Yeah, we all make mistakes, but
he can hold his controller properly, so he's at one up on Jim Ryan.
Can he though? Can he?
This is why
I bet they have to be fucking told how to hold the controller before the interview starts.
Jim Ryan was holding his controller like that for the photos. You don't use those buttons, do you, Jim? That's how you use a controller.
The thing is, what you don't realise is he was blowing into it at the time, so it's by the by.
What a fucking tool!
This Herman Holst guy actually seems more switched on than, apart from tagging the wrong people and putting his PlayStation upside down. He actually seems more switched on than Jim Ryan.
In terms of business, he knows not to go. Business. We believe in generations.
Yeah.
No one wants old games.
Jim Ryan's more business savvy. He will tell people exactly what they want to hear and deny he ever said it a week later.
Don't lie, Jim Ryan. He should be a fucking politician.
To be fair, though, Phil did say the Xbox One X, or was it the Series X, was built for like high fidelity VR gaming or some bollocks, and then it was like, I never said that.
Yeah,
you did.
It was based on a fucking.
You all got excited, and then you went. No, I didn't.
Based on a partnership.
I didn't say we were doing VR. I said it's built in case we want to do VR.
He gaslighted us like a motherfucker. He did. That's what he did.
I don't care. To be fair, the only thing I would ever use VR for is porn. That's literally the only thing I'd use it for.
So I've heard. Pretty good.
And this is why we don't have anyone covering VR on the channel.
Ginna's there like, with my flashlight, it's almost like the real thing.
That's the only time you need a dual sense because it has that feedback, just like you're grabbing a breast. It has that resistance, you know.
I could feel the raindrops as they hit her ass. It was great.
Feel the baby oil.
Amazing. What's the next topic? Go on, shoot.
CD Projekt Red has announced that a new saga of the Witcher games is coming. And they then clarified it's not The Witcher 4 and it's not bound to one platform, I think they said, or storefront at a time. They did.
It's going to be Siri, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's going to be Siri. You're going to be playing as Siri. Yeah, I think. Why not?
Nope. No. I think
Siri's the obvious choice.
I think they're going to expand on other areas of sort of try again with another character kind of thing. Maybe doing origins for the original witches and stuff, and when some of them were kids and when they grew up and kind of thing. I think they're going to go back to the old versions of the witches rather than Geralt and stuff, because Geralt was the last one created. Yeah. So,
but that's why I think because Siri is she's got that fucking superpower, like supernatural power and shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if they use Siri just because she can do shit that Geralt can't. So it makes a logical step to take her forward.
She has, but that's why the Wild Hunt were after, because she was supposed to end the world. But with the downtaking of the Wild Hunt, spoilers, people. Sorry if you've not played it, but it's an old game. We're taking down the Wild Hunt. She's got no use to end the world anymore, so she's allowed to live a peaceful life at the end. And I do think they're going to go with the Witcher Origins and go back to the old school kind of thing. Very similar, but different protagonists, and maybe a group of witches rather than just a single.
They'll have to have Geralt in it somewhere. They can't just get rid of Geralt completely. I mean, I know he's had a fucking good run. Don't get me wrong, but I would like to see him in there somewhere, even if he's taken over the Vesemir role, because Vesemir is dead now. Spoiler alert: he dies in the fucking game. Even if I
don't know who any of these people are.
I'm a massive fan.
They could have Geralt fill that Vesemir role.
I am a massive fan, and I'm only on book 5 out of all of them at the moment, so I can't really pretend to know everything.
Yeah,
but the books are awesome. The show's going to be good in season 3. Trust me, because the book's good.
See, I'm worried about season 3.
I do think they're going to go with an origins sort of. This is how the witches became about. When that ending of the world kind of thing, when the world broke and all the monsters come in, I think. But that's just a complete guess, honestly. It really is.
Yeah, I would like to see. I would like to see things continue with Ciri. I would like to see Geralt take that Vesemir role where you're not actually playing as Geralt, but you do go to him as like a mentor advice.
You say Ciri, you mean the woman on the phone, right?
No,
yes.
Ciri, you bellend.
Yeah,
Ciri, the real Ciri.
You know how much Witcher I've played? I switched Witcher 3 on, and I got out of the first room, and you do something, and that was it. I switched it off.
With all the fucking shit you play, how have you not completed The Witcher 3? My God.
It's like 7 million hours long. And
it's like 150 hours to do the full game and the DLC.
I'm only 500 hours in with the DLC still to play. It's not that bad.
How are you 500 hours?
I have played the main campaign. I have played the main campaign to completion twice. So
500, yeah. Mate, I did all the achievements, main campaign and the DLCs in 150 hours.
I'm probably on my first.
Fuck you, Ginna.
I'm probably on my third. That's if I'm being honest. It's just one of those games I can go back to again and again.
Oh yeah, I had to go back because I fucking got halfway through the game before realizing I missed one of the Gwent cards. That was a fucking ball. You know the Bloody Baron. There's a Gwent card in his desk. And if you can go through the story too far, you can't access that area anymore. You can't get the Gwent card. I don't know if that's still the fucking case now. But I end up having to go back. I end up having to go back to get the Gwent card. Fucking worth it.
So you're happy to spoil the end of the game. You're happy to spoil the end of the game, people dying, but you won't talk about what happens to the Bloody Baron. I like it.
Honestly, if you haven't played The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, you're missing out on the greatest the greatest game of last generation.
I own The Witcher 3, the gold Game of the Year edition with all the add-ons and stuff. I've never installed it. I own it. I've just never installed it.
I own it.
It's such an incredible story. It's just amazing storytelling.
I'm busy.
I believe it.
How are you busy playing what Halo? Grinding out your armor pieces on Halo in
Haven't
a
had time
day.
to play Halo much recently, you know. Busy man.
Too busy sacking people. That's what it is.
Who?
Oh.
Busy guy, you know.
You won't believe it. You won't believe the story he tells us.
Horrific. Absolutely horrific.
You won't believe the stories I've seen. That's Peter Dinklage, and on the first Destiny game.
Oh,
No, that was.
I could tell you if I had time.
Believe the story
enthusiasm.
I've seen.
We went to the moon. Fuck me.
We've awoken the hive.
And we'll end with the last topic, which is you've got to see it to believe it. Let me share my screen because you'll not believe this. Where is it? Chrome tab. Here we go. They're doing a new giveaway for a new Xbox console on the Xbox Twitter, and look at what is that? You get furry controller and the world's most ugliest Xbox Series.
Yeah. I don't know what they're fucking doing with that.
What is?
Do you know what? Do you know what makes me really angry about that? Right? They know who fucking Pope Art is. There's no reason why they can't bring in Pope and say, look, design us a fucking custom, Sonic controller and console. If you gave that shit to Pope Art, he would fucking make an amazing skin for that. Yeah. That is horrific.
I still want it though. I would love to win it just to have two furry, horrible Xbox pads, which would get really.
I'll tell you what, man.
It's like someone skinned Sully from Monsters Inc. on the blue one. It's what's going on?
I look at that and I think that is what somebody has come up with 30 minutes in a fucking room somewhere. Oh, what can we do for this?
I like the gold ring.
Paint it back and give it a gold ring.
Yeah, the gold
ring looks cool.
But that's it.
I hate it. I hate everything about it.
But it does look. It does look like. It looks like one of those knockoff skins you get from like those cheap ass sellers on like Wish and stuff.
They could have done two different versions of it. Have a full red one for Knuckles, have a full blue one for Sonic. Put some nice graphics on there. That is fucking shit.
It's awful, isn't it?
And they've made furry controller. Who the fuck wants to hold a sweaty furry controller?
If they did release a VR...
Do you reckon they ordered that from Wish?
Yeah. If they did release a VR, that controller's not going to stay looking like that for long if you're using that to search for videos.
Like when you think about it, right? You're sitting there, your palms are sweaty. That shit's going to fucking mat up. Nobody's going to want to use that fucking thing.
The thing is, though, it's so ugly. You wouldn't put it on display.
It's a show controller, like my Halo Infinite one. You don't use that. It's a show controller.
What's the point?
I use it for Forza actually because it has rumble and triggers, and my other one doesn't.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's the point? What do you mean? What's the point?
So I don't know what it is about controllers. I've got such an issue with them. Like, I don't understand why would you buy more than one controller if you're the only person using the fucking controller. I don't understand why people have controller collections. Blows my mind.
Mate, look how
beautiful that is, Red. Just look at it. Look at the face.
It's beautiful. I don't need it. That's 70 fucking quid I don't need to spend because I'm not going to use it.
200 quid you don't want to spend, mate.
Imagine spending loads of money to keep stuff on your shelf behind you in boxes.
Why is that 200? What's special about it for 200 quid?
It's limited to 1,000 in world. It was for XO19, that one. Fucking getting attacked by Shaggy again.
You're never getting fucking 200 quid for that controller.
2 seconds, Ash. Imagine spending lots of money to keep stuff on your shelf behind you in boxes. Imagine being that guy. You wouldn't do that, would you, Redders? You wouldn't buy lots of stuff just to keep it in boxes behind you on your shelf, would you?
Hang about, right? These are fucking what? £7, £10 each. Fucking, I'm not buying fucking 70 quid bricks I can fucking hold on a wall somewhere that I'm never going to use.
Yeah.
I've never used that one. That's never been plugged in. That one.
No.
Exactly. You just sat there. That's 70 quid.
The pins and needles Pope Art one. That one. It's never
used. What happened to the claptrap?
120 quid. He's up there. He's up there holding a different controller.
I don't get it.
I just like the way the shelf. It just looked uneven with claptrap on it.
This is what This is why these two mugs are constantly complaining about fucking Paris getting free controllers, isn't it?
Look how beautiful that claptrap is, Redders. That's what you want to get. Instead of your little pop things, get a controller holder
that's
like
awesome. That's great. That's what, 14 quid?
Something like that.
Yeah. It's a cable holder.
It is. It's a cable guy. Yeah.
70 fucking
that.
quid.
Cable guys are a worthwhile investment. Not that, I got on a problem or an addiction. You need to get them.
Oh my
I
god.
still like that you've got Balan Wonderland on display behind you, Ginna. Like, you could have swapped it out for any game, but no, still there.
Game of the year. I've got The Witcher and I've got Dying Light on physical in the front room because they don't deserve to sit on that shelf like Balan Wonderland does, okay?
Dying Light's just playing it.
That's because you've not played The Witcher. You'll soon swap.
I've still never played Dying Light either. I got that on disc.
What is wrong with you? The shit you two play and you don't play the best games that come out on Xbox. I don't get it. I just don't
Some
get
of
it.
the stuff you don't like, though, Redders, it's like...
I've got no time for that sort of shit. Do you know what I mean?
Playing Smite, aren't you?
Yeah,
you get
fucking banned today, bastards.
So now he's just sat in his room looking at a wall waiting for paint to...
Do you know what makes me more angry is the fact that I literally just bought the fucking Battle Pass. I can't even be working on the Battle Pass. I'm banned for 10 hours. Bastards.
I know we were talking about it before we started. Animated setup is beautiful. It's a thing of perfection.
Yeah. His green screen
It's getting
is
there.
very good.
I'm actually going to move rooms very shortly, so that's in the works if I'm moving rooms. So from where I am now, it's going to be an entire room shortly. But
This is his like temporary room. This is his like step room. And look how good it is. He gets to his full room. Like Jesus Christ.
But for anyone listening, if you do want to enter this competition, go on Twitter, and it's hashtag Xbox Sonic 2 sweepstakes. Apparently, it's only for the US as well. I don't know why I bothered entering it, but hey, apparently it's a US only thing according to the Xbox website. But
if you win, give Sensei's details and he'll ship it to you. He doesn't know this, but I'm sure he will agree.
Yeah, I'd send it to Slayer, but it'd take about 6 months to get here. So
he'd send it in parts.
Yeah.
Like those magazines as a kid, we get to build something 1 week at a time. We get a thumb sticking a button every week.
Yeah. I remember when they had that build your own little robot thing. And it just was. It ended up being like that, and then they were like, "How can we keep selling this?" So they kept doing issues after you'd built the robot, and it had like a spoiler on, and this fucking robot like goes like that, and like get a spoiler.
I saw a really cool Iron Man one they were doing, like build your own Iron Man. It gets thrown around fucking Facebook quite a lot. First episode 99p. I was like, all right, cool, nice one. Fucking every episode after that, like 12 quid.
15 now.
Yeah.
Something like, yeah.
Yeah. How many episodes to completion? 1,000.
112.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Seriously, it costs like $3,000 to build this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Man,
I did collect the graphic novel collections. I am a sucker for those bad boys. I have I got up to like issue 80 of the Batman ones, but then they were like, it's been extended again, and I'm like, but this is a chronological order one, so you can't extend it.
Yeah.
Then they're not going to be in fucking order. Like the picture, it's a picture on the side in chronological order. You can't then go, we're adding another 80, because then there's not going to be another 80 in order, is there? He fucking dies at the end of the last one. How can you do any more Batman graphics? He's dead.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So I gave up. I was like, no, I'll call that a day there. I've got my picture. It looks nice on my shelves. That's it. I'm out. Oh, but yeah, I think that's it really, topic-wise, unless you guys can think of anything that I've missed of massive importance.
I don't think so.
One thing I did want to mention is the news earlier today about Noof Nukem. Shout out to him. Noof Nukem is stepping away from podcasting end of April. Community Game Night is going over to Cerebral Paul, who'll be a guest shortly on the show, and Denitro. And I just want to say for myself, like I loved watching Good Morning Xbox on a Sunday, and like Community Game Night was where I met a lot of people, and the reason I got into it was because of Noof Nukem. So it'll be a shame to see him step away for a while.
Noof is one of the fucking legends, you know. He's one of the
he's amazing
people out there, and it's a shame to see him go, but hopefully he comes back. Fucking good dude, really good dude.
Say, hopefully, Noof, if you're listening, or if you do listen to this, it's temporary, dude, because we will miss you. We will miss you on a weekend.
He's so fucking good at podcasts as well. That's the thing. He's just so good at hosting podcasts. So yeah, I hope he does come back. But yeah, take as much time away as you need, man. But you're going to be missed for real.
Definitely, yeah. Anything else anyone wants to add? Last chance before we wrap up. Anyone in chat want to say anything that we need to mention? You've got like 2 seconds to do it.
In the meantime, Animated, where can we find you, dude? Hit us up. Come on.
So you can find me on. Let's think. I always get these mixed up. So Twitch and Xbox Animated Evil 857. You can find me on YouTube and more importantly on Twitter, where you'll find out exactly what I'm doing. Animated_Evil. Don't forget, I am co-host of the UK Community Game Night with Mr. Tushy. You will find us on Xbox as Mr. Tushy Gaming and Animated Evil 857 on a Friday. And at the minute, Fridays are just canned. So it's just Saturdays, 9 p.m. BST.
Awesome.
And do you know what, guys? Thanks for having me on tonight. I've had a blast.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm so glad to have you on here. I feel like I've come full circle now. You're on here because that sounds really daft. Like you were the one I ended up stepping in to replace as guest, and I never fucking left. So it's great to have you on here. And
you know what?
Yeah,
it awesome happens. It happens. And do you know what? This channel fits you perfect. Because you know what? You're as big of as these two guys. So do you know what? And the rest of the crew. And you know, you're entertaining, you're good, and I love what you guys are doing. I really do. Thank you.
Cheers, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been great to have you on, mate. It's been great to have you on.
Little does Redders know, in sweet irony, full circle, Animate is replacing you as a permanent panel member next week.
Oh, cool. No, I'll tell you what, if he was, I would happily let him. What a fucking dude he is. If you're not following Animate, go on it.
You know.
Yeah.
What? Well, yeah, big thank you to everyone in chat for joining us. We do have more special guests. We have actually booked up for the next sort of four-ish weeks. So next week we should have Cerebral Paul on. We will probably be starting at a later time next week as well, just to accommodate Paul. So we'll post that up on Twitter and etc. in advance. But like I say, if you're listening this on Spotify, etc., you don't have to worry about that. We've then got Removable Sanity coming on. We've got Mr. Tushy coming on, Mr. Tushy Gaming, and eventually we're going to have Stubbs Gaming on as well. So a whole host of awesome people.
The full midweek crew.
Basically, bit by bit. We are looking for people in the future. So after sort of April 26th, we haven't sort of booked yet. So if anyone out there in the gaming community wants to come on and chat with us and can put up with us for an hour and a half or so, get in touch. We'd love to have you on. Like I say, it always adds a new sort of perspective on the sort of stuff we discuss.
Don't we? Let's be honest. We need
him on.
Yeah. So we'll aim to get people on at some point.
Also, apologies, I'm not on next week because Ginna's been a letdown. So
Ginna is a fucking letdown.
I love Paul as well. Like, I wouldn't want to miss an episode with Paul, but I'm not on next week. So
letdown.
Shocking. Where are you next week, Ginna? Tell us. Let us know.
Clearly, a very important from.
He's off the fucking Alton Towers again. I bet you anything.
No, I'm filming with the Gamers Watch crew.
Oh right, yeah.
It's a new two-pay fitting. Let's be fair. Come on, it's a new two-pay fitting.
Yeah, so did you hear that? He's his own podcast to guest on someone else's podcast that ain't even live.
What a fucking letdown!
What a letdown!
There's 6 days a week he could have found to do that episode, but nope. He's decided to abandon his loyal fan base to pursue other ventures.
Redders, you said how much
what
you
I'm doing
him.
Is spreading the word of XBL and looking for potential other guests in a different arena.
And yet here we are, still missing your amazing fucking advert with you sucking a banana dressed as the Queen. And you're off to another podcast. You
Queen will have died before he does this video, I tell you.
Yeah, but by the time you get around to knocking up your fucking announcement, your advert is not going to be suitable to have it because the Queen would have just died. So That's what's going to happen, isn't it? Because it's going to be like we won't be able to use it now because
Maybe
she's
that's
dead.
what I'm keeping it for that week.
Savage.
What, is it going to be a short on the YouTube channel? That'll get us some fucking traffic. Not in a good way. A dislike, still a like in the eyes of the analytics.
We'll be on fucking BBC, won't we?
Just
Fucking
me in a dress. I go, later, Liz. Woo!
Oh, it's descending again. So big thank you to you guys.
End it now before we say something fucking we can't come back from.
Big thank you to Animated
Speaking
as
of
always, Redders, Ginna, everyone in chat. We've had Muppet, Tushy, Sensei, Thimber, Stubbs, anyone else I've missed.
Titanic guy. He was a big fan.
Connor.
Yeah.
Connor.
Big thank you for coming. You guys keep it active and lively. If you listen to this later on podcasting services, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that sort of shit, thank you very much for listening. It means a lot, like I say, that you do tune in. If you're watching this on repeat later, thank you for getting to this point of the video. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button and hit subscribe. We are less than 10 away from 600 subscribers on YouTube now. And when we hit 650, I said I'm going to play, or I will stream Shower with Your Dad Simulator. So
you know what, you enjoy it as well.
Content on this. So yeah, fantastic. And like I say, check out our website www.xblpartypodcast.com for regular news and reviews. And also, if you like our content and you want to help us, you can support us on Patreon for only £1. Following the link that's going along the bottom of the screen right now, www.patreon.com/XBL Party Podcast. It's £1 a month, and you get a Patreon exclusive video, which I believe we're doing soon.
We're going to be doing the next one over the next few days, so stay tuned.
Yeah, straight after the show, we're going to record it.
Oh, okay, let's do that.
We can do that then. That's fine.
There we go.
But
Also,
and the Crossfire one. The Crossfire video is going live to everyone in the next couple of days as well. So if you want to get a month in advance, spend that one tiny little British pound on us, and you can help fund Ginna's next tube.
What else can you buy for £1? Like, you can't even buy a fucking chocolate bar for £1. What an absolute steal that is.
Yeah.
Premium content for £1. You don't get quality content like that. Fucking £1 everywhere else.
Muppet, just message me on Twitter, mate, and I'll send you that code. It's literally just sat waiting. I'm a busy boy at the moment, and I forget things. So
you can't even turn your car over on £1 of gas. Fucking what a steal!
Yeah, bloody hell. Exactly. We're going to need that just to sort of like run the power soon. Jesus Christ. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week at a slightly later time. So keep an eye out on Twitter and sort of Facebook and stuff. We'll post all the updates there for you.
Yeah.
But that's it. See you later, guys. Thank you very much.
Ta-ta.